Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day is on a long question. I'll read it. Is it more profitable to pay employees well and have a better customer experience, or better to pay employees as little as possible, accepting there may be inconsistent or lower quality service? That's a mouthful. This question comes from Quora. Anyways, that's off the table. Now, also, if you've been missing these videos for a while, it's not you. I've been out of town, haven't been doing these for a few weeks, but I'm back, and I'll be doing these again every day on a customer service question. So if you have questions, ask me on Quora if you're watching this there. Ask me in the comments on YouTube if you're watching it there. I may use it in a future video. But now, for this question at hand today, I think that this person's looking at it wrong. I don't think they're asking the right question. I don't think they're really making the right comparison. They obviously want their customers to have a better experience, to be happier, to enjoy the product or service, and therefore to buy more from you, to pay you more money, to continue being your customer, etc. This is what we all want. This is what we're all trying to do. But their idea of how to make this happen is they have this dichotomy between, should I get customer service people and pay them a lot so we have a good customer experience, or should I get the cheapest jerks we can find, pay them nothing, and accept that they'll do a terrible job and that's fine? And neither of those things is going to fix your customer service. Now, I don't even know why they asked the second part. If we just hired a bunch of crappy low-end people, paid them nothing, why would that improve your customer experience? It wouldn't. What you're really maybe trying to ask here is, if I get customer service people and pay them a lot more than most people are paying their customer service people, will this result in better customer experience for my customers? And the answer is maybe, but that's really not the best way to go about this. Let's take it to an obvious example, and a lot of businesses do exactly this. You get these people, these higher end people, you pay them more, you treat them with, say, oh, you guys are great. You're part of my business here. We need good customer service people, so I'm going to pay you this really good salary to do customer service. You take those people, you give them a good salary, and then you run them the same way most people run their customer service departments. You give them scripts, you give them lists of things they have to say and can't say. You have people monitor them and harass them and time their piss breaks and all this other stuff. They're going to say what's on the script. They're going to do what doesn't get them in trouble. They just might not hate their lives as much, or they might find the trade-off more worthwhile because they're getting paid more money. This is really a question, if you're going to run a crappy low-end call center, of employee retention. If you pay them more, they might quit less often, but you also have to pay them more. So then if you got some dumb people and paid them less, they would quit more often, and you'd have the cost of replacing them, but you'd save money paying them. That's what you're asking about here. This really has nothing to do with customer experience, because the best way to improve customer experience has nothing to do with how much you pay your customer service people, almost nothing at least. Generally speaking, the best customer experiences in an online business, which is what I assume we're all talking about here, we're not talking about lemonade stands or car washes, the best customer experience is the one that doesn't involve talking to customer service. And that should be the vast majority of your customers. If most people are talking to customer service, that's a problem. And if most people aren't talking to customer service, then your customer experience is going to be affected very little by how much you pay your customer service people. I've seen presumably fairly highly paid customer service people, call centers or customer service centers based in the United States, based in other expensive Western countries with various labor laws and requirements where they're being paid probably quite a bit. And I've seen those things provide terrible customer service, terrible customer experience, whatever you want to call it, because they're NPCs, because they're reading off of a script, because they're trying to avoid getting in trouble, having a conversation with their boss, this and that. It results in bad experiences. I've seen and I've run, and I'm running right now, customer service departments where agents are generally independent people working in the Philippines for very inexpensively by American standards, and provided some of the best customer service I've seen for the few customers who actually have to contact customer service. The majority of customers, like we said, should never be contacting customer service. They should go through the process smoothly, get the thing they want, benefit from it, use it without friction, easily, not having to contact customer service. That's the difference between customer experience and customer service. Sometimes the customer experience may involve customer service, but usually it shouldn't. And when it does, you're not necessarily going to get better results just by paying the people more. It comes down to the kind of people you hire, how you run them, the department, the people, how you arrange things, and whether or not, really it boils down to whether or not you're creating NPCs. If you hire people, regardless of whether you pay them well or poorly, if you put them in a position where they're stressed and they're overworked and they're monitored and they're timed and they're harassed and somebody's timing their piss break and a boss reeking of cigarette smoke is like, hey, Bill, you're 3 seconds late today. That's a write-up. They're not going to perform well. And if you have very inexpensive people, you give them the authority to make the decisions that they need to do in the course of their job. You trust them to do that job. You back off, treat them like an intelligent person, expect them to make decisions rather than these businesses that don't allow anybody to make decisions. I expect people to make decisions. I expect them to make the right decisions. Yes, we can talk about that. We can improve on that if necessary. But you expect more from people. You get more from people. You give people decision-making ability, authority, within their limited sphere of influence even, but you give them some degree of autonomy and ability to think, solve problems, things like that. Not just follow instructions, not just read off scripts, not just if this, do that, but hey, here's a person that you're talking to, they need help with something, you figure out how to help them. That job becomes a lot more rewarding to that person does a better job, that person enjoys their job more. And it has almost nothing to do with what you pay them. Now, yes, paying people more sometimes can be good, but simply throwing money at it and having the conventional NPC customer service department and just paying it more money is going to have very limited results in improving your customer experience. Improving your customer experience really starts before anybody ever talks to customer service, before they ever buy your product, before they even know they're interested in your product. You design that customer experience from ground zero all the way up, and you design it in a way where they don't need to talk to customer service if they don't want to. When you do that, questions about how much you pay your customer service people become kind of secondary to everything else, really, for the reasons we've just discussed. Because most of these customers are never going to talk to customer service at all, ever. So that's my answer. I hope this helps. There may be situations where paying your customer service people more can be helpful. I'm not saying to be cheap and get the crummiest, most low-end people you can find, dummies, and pay them nothing and just abuse them until they attempt to perform at a mediocre level. That's what a lot of businesses do. I don't recommend that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm also saying that if you go and you just hire a bunch of Americans and you pay them, I don't know, $100,000 a year to do customer service or whatever, some unreasonable amount for the job that they're doing, you're not necessarily going to get vastly better results, especially if most of your customers are never talking to these people to begin with. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. As always, if you thought this was interesting, useful, valuable, hit upvote, hit like, follow, subscribe, all those things. I'm going to be going back to doing one of these videos every weekday on a customer service question. Also writing regularly on business and customer service on Quora, posting these videos on YouTube now as well, and also writing about this stuff on my website, 8020service.com. So if you go there and you get on the email list, I've got some other resources there that'll help you out with getting this stuff right in your own business as well. Otherwise, if you have a question, ask it. I may answer it in a future video. I'll wrap this up here, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.